Palms together at the heart. Bow. That was a nice sprint of a Han hitting, Ashish. All right. Good morning, everybody in person. Good morning online, Maureen. Welcome. It's kind of hard to start silently like we used to, having an online component, just right into it. So I'm just going to say hi from now on in the beginning to not leave our friends just hanging there. But welcome to another Zen Shin. Today, we have another little tiny summer group. It's always nice to see who shows up in the summer. So thank you all for coming. We'll get started. We'll bow one more time together. Palms together at the heart. Bow. Place your hands on your knees and gently move your upper body from right to left, then forwards and back, finding your center point. Sit up through your center, spine softly straight. Sit down through your center, rooting into your chair, cushion, floor, rooting into the earth. Place your hands in your lap, fingers overlapping and thumbs lightly touching, forming an oval. Find a spot on the floor several feet in front of you, and with your eyes half open and half closed, gently focus and gaze out through that spot. Breathe in and out through the nose with the mouth closed. Breathing in, count 1, filling your belly and back with breath. Breathing out, count 2. Breathing out the nose again. Continue counting your breaths like this until you reach 10, and then start again. If you lose your place, start again. Whatever thoughts, feelings, or sensations arise, simply find your breath and start again. Let them go. Whatever thoughts arise, whatever sensations persist, sit like a boulder in a rushing stream. The water comes, the water goes. Let your thoughts come, and let your thoughts go. Palms together at the heart. Bow. Take a moment to stretch, rearrange your cushion, bow to it, and we will transition to walking meditation. For those of you at home, if you'd like to walk around your space or do another seated sit, both are fine options. For those of you in here, for walking meditation, you can place your hands right above the solar plexus, if that's comfortable to you, or anywhere kind of in the midsection. And we will be walking one time around the temple together. I'll start here, then the middle row will follow, Ashish after. And it's our custom to bow to the statue, the Buddha, every time we cross the middle. You can think of this as bowing not just to, this gold thing up there, but bowing to all the teachers we have, bowing to each other for this space, really bowing to the practice that we're building together. Please be seated for a second sit. Okay. Palms together at the heart. Bow. Place your hands on your knees and gently move the upper body from right to left, then forwards and back, finding your center point. Sit up through your center, spine softly straight. Sit down through your center, rooting into your chair, cushion, floor, rooting into the earth. Place your hands in your lap, fingers overlapping and thumbs lightly touching, forming an oval. Find your spot on the floor several feet in front of you and softly gaze out through it. Breathe in and out through the nose with the mouth closed. Breathing in, count 1, filling your belly and back with breath. Breathing out, count 2. Breathing out the nose again. Continue counting your breaths like this until they reach 10, and then start again. If you lose your place, start again. Whatever thoughts, feelings, or sensations arise, simply find your breath and start again. Let them go. Whatever thoughts arise, whatever sensations persist, sit like a boulder in a rushing stream. The water comes, the water goes. Let your thoughts come and let your thoughts go. If you would like to have your shoulders tapped to relieve tension and help your posture, I'll go around with the keisaku. Please place your hands in gasho if you'd like me to tap your shoulders. Palms together at the heart. Bow. Take a moment to stretch if you need to, at home or in person, and then we will move on to chanting. I'll share my screen for those online. Today we will be adding in one new chant. We'll see how it goes. It's already in our sutra book. We just haven't chanted it, I don't think, in probably a lot of years. But I'll say when it's coming up and we'll go through it together. We'll talk about it a little afterwards. All right, page 1, Atadipa. Dipa Iharata Ara Sarana Anana Sarana Dhamma Iva Dhamma Sarana Anana Sarana. Page 2, Tisarana. Buddham Saranam Gacchami. Dhammam Saranam Gacchami. Sangam Saranam Gacchami. I take refuge in the Buddha. I take refuge in the Dharma. I take refuge in the Sangha. Page 3, 6 paramitas. Dana paramita. May I be generous and helpful. Sila paramita. May I be pure and virtuous. Kshanti paramita. May I be patient. May I be able to bear and forbear the wrongs of others. Virya paramita. May I be strenuous, energetic, and persevering. Dhyana paramita. May I practice meditation and attain concentration and oneness to serve all beings. Prajna paramita. May I gain wisdom and be able to give the benefit of my wisdom to others. Page 4, the Heart Sutra. Mahaprajna Paramita Hridaya Sutra Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva of compassion doing viprajna paramita clearly saw that the five skandhas are sunyata, thus transcending misfortune and suffering. Oh, sorry, Putra, form is no other than sunyata. Sunyata is no other than form. Form is exactly sunyata. Sunyata exactly form. Being, thought, volition, and consciousness are likewise like this. Oh, sorry, Putra, remember dharma is fundamentally yata, no birth, no death, nothing is defiled, nothing is pure, nothing can increase, nothing can decrease, and since sunyata, form, no feeling, no thought, no volition, no consciousness, no eyes, no ears, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, seeing, no hearing, no smelling, no tasting, no touching, no thinking, no world of sight, no world of consciousness, no ignorance, and no end to ignorance, no old age and death, and no end to old and death, no suffering, no craving, no extinction, no path, no attainment. Indeed, there is nothing to be attained. The Bodhisattva relies on prajna paramita with no hindrance in the mind. Hindrance, therefore, no fear, far beyond upside down views. At last, nirvana, past, present, and future, all Buddhas. Bodhisattvas rely on prajna paramita and therefore reach the most supreme enlightenment. For no prajna paramita is the greatest dharani, the brightest dharani, the highest dharani, the incomparable dharani. It completely clears all suffering. This is the truth, not a lie. Set forth the prajna paramita dharani. Set forth this dharani and say gate, gate, paragate, parasamgate, bodhisvaha, Heart Sutra. Iho Zanji Ishi Hu Shizon Musa Moko Soa Moko Hoja Oromi. Page 7, Enmeijuku Kanongyo. This is a new chant to at least my sitting here with y'all. I don't know if it was chanted before me, but it is in our book already, and it's a chant I do quite regularly by myself. Kanon is the name for Avalokiteshvara, for Guanyin. There's a bunch of different names, but a deity, a bodhisattva of unfolding wisdom and compassion. And so this chant is to them, but it's meant to kind of fortify the chant. It has like a dharani in it, or a kind of mantric spell. And so every time we go through, it's the same as most of them. I'll say that first line, and then we'll all join in on kan. And when we say kan, let that get a little more energetic each time for that sound. So you can kind of just hear it this time, and we'll go along the summer. And, if there's great objection, we can take it on out. But I think it's a nice feeling chant. 인매주구 간원교 한세온 나무부츠 요부츠 인요부츠엔 부보소엔 조라그가조 조넨 감세온 모넨 감세온 넨넨 주신기넨넨 프리신. Page 9, 시구세간. 주조무엔 세간도 원어무진 세간당 오몬무료 세간가 우수도무조 세간조. Please stand for the final bow. Bow to your cushions. Palms together at the heart. Bow. You're now invited to offer incense at the front, and then please join me in these front pews for short dharma sharing. I should stop sharing my screen. Okay, thanks so much for sitting with me today, everybody. Thank you to the folks online as well. Today, I was thinking of a few different things for sharing. Um, I had like a good thinking week. I don't know. I just had a good time thinking this week, and I was really excited. Um, and I thought about so many talks, and then this morning I thought of something else, and I threw everything away because it felt better. Whatever I think of right before talking to you all seems to be what I want to share, rather than what I plan, if I plan. But I was listening on the way here to Fast Car by Tracy Chapman, and there's a line in there, leave tonight or live and die this way. And I was thinking about that sentiment of like, the song is about, her and somebody else, a lover, like escaping or where they're at, they're bad situations, they're driving a fast car all around, it goes through a whole life. But the kind of feeling of it is like, wow, if I don't change now, like maybe I never will. Maybe I need to do it right now. That's kind of the refrain that goes on. And I was thinking of this chant that we're adding in and that song, and how I think when I hear that, I identify with a lot of different points of my teenagehood or I'm kind of sneakily long-term chaotic. Like my life has been kind of crazy. And I think a lot of times I felt that like, oh, if I don't like change it today, like I'll do this forever. And I make huge shifts sometimes. Like I moved to Chicago, or I to go to the monastery or something. And I felt that. And I was wondering, what is that feeling? Like, how do I investigate that more and take the urgency out of it a little bit so that I know change can be slow, even it can be gradual and still be happening? And I was thinking of this chant, and Avalokiteshvara, or Kanon in Japanese, is a bodhisattva. There's often, in Jodo Shinshu, usually there's Shinran and Honen on the sides, but in a lot of Zen traditions, there's usually like a Kanon or Avalokiteshvara on the side of the Buddha. And they are someone who represents infinite unfolding of compassion and wisdom. And so they have a title, a lot of titles, but one of their titles is Se Muisha, which is giver of fearlessness. And I was wondering, well, what does that mean to be a giver of fearlessness? What does that mean to affect the people around you in a way that allows them to feel no fear, that allows them to just trust what's happening or to move into whatever emotion they're having with a sense of safety? And so thinking of the chant, thinking of Avalokiteshvara, thinking of Tracy Chapman and leaving tonight or dying this way, I was wondering, like, what could I ask myself as a good question to not have such a dispersed thought pattern? Like, how can I make this one thing to think about? And I really just came back to the question while, putting out the cushions today. Like, what would I do? Is there anything in my life right now that I feel that way about? That like I'm afraid that it might not change if I don't do something about it now. And what could I do about it? What could I change about it? And if there is things that I don't trust or things that make me fearful, how can I build up my own sense of safety so that I feel safer moving through those uncertain situations? And so, like, I'm about to go tomorrow for the next 10 days on a 10-day silent retreat back at the monastery. And I was thinking, I've only ever done 7 days silent. And I don't know why. 3 days more has been really freaking me out. I was just like, oh, what if that 3 days is what I can't take? It's what finally breaks my brain. And instead of moving into that uncertainty with fear and anxiety, which will still be there, but hopefully a little less, I was thinking, what can I do instead of thinking of what's unknown, thinking of the things I do trust in myself? I trust this practice. I trust that I've been here. I trust that good friends have taught me how to do this. And I trust that I've been doing this for, more than I've not been doing this at this point in my life. I've been doing this for 20 years and I'm 28. So there's a lot to trust there. And I think there's a lot in ourselves that we forget that we can really trust, that, or at least I forget that I can trust sometimes when I get insecure. Um, I feel like that's something that probably gets easier with age, but probably never goes away. I can't say, but I would guess it doesn't ever go away, no matter if you're 20, 30, 40, X amount of decades. And so my invitation this week is to think about the things you do trust in yourself. And when you're in those moments of doubt, whether you can ease that specific doubt or not, remind yourself of how it feels to trust, how it feels to feel safe in other things. And then when you return to that doubt, or as you navigate that doubt, I think that process makes me a little more grounded, makes me a little, yeah, just more at ease, knowing, oh, I do trust me. I've done this for a while. And even if there are things I don't trust myself in, I trust my friends. And so they'll help me out with those things, right? We can just build trust that way. And so learning becomes less mastery based and more just experimental and play and trust. So that's my sharing for today. Thank you all so much for listening. We'll do, oh yeah. Next week we're not meeting. No, yeah, next weekend. Yeah, the announcements for this week would be next weekend. We're not meeting. We'll be closed because I'll be out there with my phone off, so we won't have an online one. And then the rest of the month will be normal in person. And Obon is on the 9th, I believe. Yes, Saturday the 9th. So if you want to come dance with everybody in the parking lot, that'll be a great time as always. I won't be here this week, but everybody else will, so it'll be nice. Yeah, that's all the check-ins I have. We'll do a little checkout circle. We only have 2 people online today, so it'll be quick. If either of you wants to check in, no pressure. I have to do my little switch thing. Okay. Good morning, Maureen. How are you today? Here, we'll switch so everybody can see. Oh, 1 second, Maureen. Sorry. There we go. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today? Everybody's over here.
I'm wonderful. It's a beautiful morning here. I'm in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, so I'm happy to join everybody today. I love the meditation, and I'm thinking about your comments, and I'll be giving those some thoughts the rest of the day today.
Wonderful.
And this Tracy Chapman song is just going through my head now.
It's a great song. I really like that song. Album. Yeah, it's a whole great album. Tracy Chapman's fantastic. Thank you so much for coming, Maureen.
Thank you.
Good morning, Anna. Would you like to check in today? Feel free to say hi, camera on or off.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello. No, it was just a quiet morning. It's a quiet morning, a quiet meditation. Yeah. So it was nice.
Wonderful. Thanks so much for joining us. Let's see. In person, we'll start this side today. Gillian, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm so glad to see you. And so one thing I want to let you all know about, if you have not been to the Wrightwood 659, please go to see Moga, Modern Girls. They're beautiful Japanese watercolors from the 1930s. Beautiful. Some are touching, some are floating, some are surreal, some are curious.
Yeah.
But see it. I know there's a ticket of $15, but it's at the Wrightwood 659 until the end of July.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much. You always have great art tips. Good morning. How are you?
Oh, okay. It's good to be here. It's such a beautiful morning. I spent last week in New York, so I'm still trying to get myself acclimated to slowing down.
Yeah, it can be hard. I feel like I'll be facing the reverse of that when I come back from the monastery. I'm just like, whoa, everybody's running around me. I feel the opposite.
That's right.
And I have to speed up again.
That's right.
Thank you. Good morning, Lauren. How are you today?
Good to be back. I echo what you say also about the right way to exhibit. I did see it, and it is beautiful.
Wonderful.
But I think of the simplicity that Cynthia Dewey used to say, and I always think of oneness. But then today, when you said fearless, my daughter got me this bracelet that says fearless during all these difficulties that have been going on in my life.
Yeah.
And I thought of fearless, and I thought of trust. And you really said it. Thank you.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you so much. That's so cool that you
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, I love those sorts of coincidences.
Yeah.
Good morning, Dana. How are you
Thank
today?
I also felt like your talk was very relevant to what I've been thinking about lately. And during the meditation before your talk, I was thinking a lot about rituals and the things that remain constant throughout changes of seasons and life and other things going on.
Wonderful. Thanks so much for sharing that. Morning, Shi. How are you today?
Good morning. Beautiful morning. Beautiful to be here with everyone. You know, it's what you said, you know, it's something that I have to always tell my kids. If kids get overwhelmed with something, something so minor, so look what you've done. You've got it all the way over here. This is just another step that we have to take. And that's exactly it. You know, it's a different perspective. Always.
All right. Well, thank you everybody online for coming. It's so nice to see you today. We'll say bye to you. Over here. Bye everybody.